The anime begins in Hoasu Nation, during the year 4386 according to the cultivation calendar. In this land, all inhabitants engage in cultivation and enjoy the benefits of advancements in cultivation technology, leading to peaceful and healthy lifestyles. However, chaos erupts one day when the devil frog attacks the nation. While everyone else flees in fear, a young boy is seen calmly walking towards the danger. At the same time, the magic squad is swiftly dispatched to confront the relentless assault of the devil frog, causing destruction in its path. Among the members of the magic squad is Zhou Yi, who endeavors to rescue the unaware boy from the dangerous situation. After ensuring the boy's safety, Zhou Yi promptly returns to the battlefield to battle the devil frog. By achieving victory over the creature alone, Zhou Yi gains widespread recognition as a hero. 10 years after the incident, Wang Ling, the boy Zhou Yi rescued, has matured into a teenager and started attending Faction 60 High School as a new student. However, because Wang Ling's spiritual strength is low, only rated at 5, he becomes a victim of bullying by older students. In the midst of the harassment, a kind girl named Sun Rong steps in to help Wang Ling, causing the bullies to feel embarrassed and quickly retreat. Sun Rong then tries to introduce herself and offers a handshake to Wang Ling, but instead of accepting it, Wang Ling tries to give her money as a gesture of gratitude for her assistance. The scene then shifts to all the new students getting ready to take a test to determine their class placements based on their spiritual strength. Those who show exceptional abilities will be placed in the elite class, while those who don't meet the required standards will be put in the regular class. During the exam, the new students are surprised to learn that they will have to confront the devil frog, which caused the city's destruction a decade ago. However, a teacher explains that they won't actually face the real creature, but rather a representation of its spiritual energy. Their goal is to aim for the devil frog's head to showcase their individual spiritual strengths to the assessment team. As the first participant fails to land a hit because they are overwhelmed by the creature's spiritual energy, Sun Rong notices that those with lower spiritual strength would find it challenging to interact effectively with the devil frog. After several failed attempts by other students, a young man named Chan Chao, with a remarkable spiritual power level of 938, manages to strike the devil frog's head successfully, earning a spot in the elite class. Similarly, his close friend, Gu Hao, with a spiritual power level of 886, accomplishes the same feat. However, it becomes clear that the devil frog absorbs the spiritual power of those who challenge it each year, aiming to gather enough strength to break free from its seal and escape. When Sun Rong's turn comes, she not only lands a direct hit on the devil frog's head, but also manages to make the spiritual creature move slightly from its position. With her impressive spiritual power level reaching 2019, Sun Rong is undoubtedly destined for placement in the elite class. However, as Wang Ling steps into the examination arena, a significant revelation occurs. The devil frog appears to tremble in fear, suggesting that the person who defeated the spiritual beast a decade ago wasn't Zhou Yi, as believed, but rather Wang Ling, who was merely 6 years old at the time. Wang Ling had planned to join the regular class, so during the exam, he didn't exert much effort, trying to hold back his strength as best as he could. However, before Wang Ling could even act, there was a sudden explosion in the testing arena, and the devil frog collapsed. Wang Ling looked confused because he hadn't initiated any attacks yet. Watching the incident on the monitor screen, Gu Hao speculated that Sun Rong might have dealt a powerful blow to the devil frog, allowing Wang Ling to defeat it effortlessly. However, Sun Rong disagreed, as she hadn't noticed the protective shield around the devil frog, which was present when other disciples had tried to attack it. Meanwhile, Wang Ling realized that the devil frog had pretended to be dead to avoid his attacks. However, because of this unexpected twist, he ended up being placed in the elite class. In the elite class, Wang Ling joined Sun Rong, Chan Chao, and Gu Hao. On that specific day, their homeroom teacher, an elderly woman named Pun Shenchong, introduced the first summoning technique. This technique involves students performing particular seals or spells to summon spiritual beasts, with each creature reflecting the summoner's spiritual power. After hearing the teacher's instructions, Chan Chao and Gu Hao tried the summoning techniques, but the outcomes were unexpected. Despite their efforts, the creatures they summoned were different from what they had hoped for. The other disciples also attempted it, but so far, only Sun Rong had succeeded, albeit summoning only a stray spiritual dog. Since Wang Ling was the only student who hadn't tried the summoning technique yet, the teacher instructed him to do so immediately. Wang Ling sighed, feeling hesitant to perform the summoning, fearing he might accidentally summon high-level spiritual beasts. However, he had no choice but to follow the teacher's orders. To Wang Ling's amazement, his attempted summoning resulted in a massive explosion, bringing forth the devil frog right in front of him. Pan Shenchong, concerned for her disciple's safety, acted quickly. She combined the stray dog spirit, summoned by Sun Rong, with the devil frog, and sealed them both using a special spell. Consequently, the once intimidating devil frog transformed into an adorable green dog, posing no threat to those around it. The scene then shifts to Wang Ling's past, revealing that from the moment he was born, he exhibited extraordinary abilities. Even as a toddler, Wang Ling was aware of his immense power and chose to keep it hidden from his parents. However, his secret was eventually discovered when his parents witnessed him effortlessly defeating the devil frog at the age of 6. Since then, Wang Ling's parents made numerous efforts to control his powers, hoping he could lead a normal life like other humans. One method involved Wang Ling swallowing a golden pill, although its effectiveness was minimal. Understanding his parents' struggles to help him fit in, Wang Ling chose to isolate himself, avoiding drawing attention to his abilities and refraining from using them unnecessarily. The scene shifts to the present, where the elite class is conducting an election for class president. The candidates, Chan Chao and Sun Rong, actively campaign to gain the support of their classmates. While they make considerable efforts to convince others, Wang Ling, disinterested in the election, goes to the canteen to buy his favorite snack. However, Wang Ling discovers that Sun Rong's male bodyguard is trying to influence votes by treating students from the elite class. Upon hearing this, Chan Chao and Gu Hao protest, arguing that offering rewards for support amounts to cheating. Sun Rong steps in, explaining to Chan Chao and Gu Hao that her intention was simply to show kindness to her friends and shouldn't be seen as cheating. However, Chan Chao remains unconvinced by Sun Rong's explanation, leading to her frustration. Unexpectedly, Wang Ling proposes a deal. He will give Sun Rong 5 votes in exchange for 5 packets of his favorite snack. Sun Rong agrees to the deal, emphasizing to everyone that her actions are driven by a desire to help them and expressing her intention to do more if elected class president. Afterwards, Sun Rong employed a technique called the art of persuasion on Chan Chao and her classmates, ensuring they remained fascinated by her and willing to fulfill her wishes. Later, Sun Rong's male bodyguard informed her that Wang Ling had given a golden pill as a gesture of gratitude. When a male teacher arrived at the elite class, he seemed surprised and changed the day's lesson to discuss the ancient arts of control, a form of persuasion involving chants and hand gestures to exert spiritual influence over others, making them devoted followers. Upon hearing the teacher's explanation, Sun Rong became worried, fearing the consequences of being caught using the persuasion technique. The teacher then recounted a story from thousands of years ago about an immortal named Little Wise Guy, who was the first practitioner of the art of control. This technique involved offering gifts and reciting specific spells. It was mentioned that breaking free from the spell's influence required great power or the demise of the practitioner. After understanding the teacher's story, Wang Ling realized that Sun Rong had indeed used the art of control on their classmates. However, despite receiving a gift from Sun Rong, Wang Ling remained unaffected by the technique because he had given the golden pill as a token of gratitude. Sun Rong, misunderstanding Wang Ling's gesture, consumed the golden pill, resulting in a significant decrease in her cultivation power. Consequently, the spell vanished and the disciples regained their senses. As Sun Rong's strength rapidly declined, she began to feel her body weaken, almost losing her balance when she tried to stand up. Thankfully, Wang Ling quickly came to her aid, preventing her from falling. However, Wang Ling then let go of Sun Rong and, as instructed by the teacher, recited the incantation for the art of control technique. After the class ended, the class president election immediately took place, with Chan Chao emerging as the winner. Later, the teacher seemed to contact someone regarding Wang Ling, who was eventually revealed to be Zhou Yi. Meanwhile, Sun Rong remained visibly frustrated in the evening due to her unsuccessful bid for class president. However, she suddenly remembered Wang Ling's earlier mention of the art of control, realizing that she had been under its influence the entire time. The next day, the students of the elite class were assigned to bring furnaces for their alchemy lessons. Chan Chao appeared self-assured as he revealed a large ancestral furnace, impressing Sun Rong with its potential to produce numerous golden pills. Meanwhile, Wang Ling, realizing that Sun Rong was still influenced by the art of control, freed her from the spell. However, this action caused misunderstandings, leading to considerable embarrassment for Sun Rong. During the alchemy class, Pun Shenchong gave instructions on creating the golden pill, guiding the students as they prepared the necessary ingredients and placed them into their respective furnaces. Gu Hao was surprised to see that Sun Rong had brought a toaster, while Wang Ling had chosen a microwave. Nevertheless, Gu Hao remained confident in his ability to refine the perfect golden pill using the furnace he had obtained through hard work. Meanwhile, the devil frog, now disguised as a dog, recognized the importance of Gu Hao's furnace, which contained an essential spirit, and attempted to devour it. At the same time, Chan Chao's furnace exploded due to a mistake in ignition, leaving him terrified of facing his father's anger. Overwhelmed with distress, Chan Chao ran out of the classroom in tears. With the process of cooking the golden pill in the furnaces taking 7 hours, Pun Shenchong instructed the disciples to wait outside. As everyone left the room, the devil frog took the opportunity to devour Gu Hao's furnace. However, Wang Ling noticed the creature's actions and quickly chased after it, successfully capturing it. Meanwhile, as Chan Chao ran across the field, he remembered his promise to his father to achieve a perfect score in his golden pill-making lessons. After the incident, Gu Hao saw Wang Ling carrying the furnace and misunderstood the situation, demanding an explanation while holding a gun filled with poisonous liquid. Meanwhile, Chan Chao's frustration left him susceptible, allowing a demon to possess his body. While Chan Chao searched for Sun Rong, he encountered Wang Ling and Gu Hao, unintentionally causing Gu Hao to accidentally shoot the poison liquid into Chan Chao's mouth, rendering him unconscious. Filled with guilt, Gu Hao tried to create an antidote and asked for Wang Ling's help before their teacher discovered the situation. However, Wang Ling, aware of his own abilities, could easily heal Chan Chao with his strength. Long story short, Gu Hao and Wang Ling managed to create an antidote pill, with a little help from the devil frog. With their teacher and classmates expected to return to the room soon, Gu Hao urged Wang Ling to clean up while he tried to delay their return. Upon examining Gu Hao's furnace, Pun Shenchong was pleasantly surprised to discover that he had successfully refined the golden pill. Gu Hao mistakenly thought that Wang Ling had sacrificed his own golden pill for him, which deeply moved him. Although Wang Ling hadn't actually intervened, Gu Hao successfully produced the golden pill. Meanwhile, Wang Ling hid the still unconscious Chan Chao inside his large furnace. Upon waking up, Chan Chao found Gu Hao and Wang Ling beside him, and noticed that they had repaired his massive furnace with the help of the devil frog. Overwhelmed with gratitude upon realizing Wang Ling's kindness, Chan Chao burst into tears. Unaware of their presence, Zhou Yi and Master Wang seemed to be watching them from a distance. A few days later, while at school, Sun Rong confidently approached Wang Ling and asked him out on a date. However, Wang Ling remained silent, noticing 2 masked individuals watching them from afar, apparently scheming to harm Sun Rong. Because Wang Ling didn't reply, Sun Rong misunderstood his silence as agreement to her proposal. News of Sun Rong and Wang Ling's alleged closeness quickly spread on social media, even reaching the masked gang leader who planned to harm Sun Rong. The leader, revealed as a woman named Zhang Luying, ordered her associates to retreat and devised an alternative plan to eliminate Sun Rong. Afterward, Zhou Yi approached Wang Ling, asking him to be his mentor. However, Wang Ling, realizing the inconvenience of taking on a disciple, especially someone as esteemed as a Huosu hero, decided to use his powers to erase Zhou Yi's memory. Long story short, Wang Ling reluctantly agreed to go on a date with Sun Rong after she visited his home and convinced his parents with an extravagant gift. Sun Rong then took Wang Ling to a rented playground, where she had arranged exclusive use of the area to spend time with him more privately. She even sent away her bodyguards, trusting Wang Ling to take care of her. Unbeknownst to them, the masked assassin gang had already arrived and quickly launched their attack. Despite their persistent efforts, Sun Rong easily thwarted each assassination attempt, leaving the assassins on the verge of giving up due to their repeated failures. However, they eventually trapped Sun Rong and Wang Ling in the windmill arena. Faced with Sun Rong's willingness to sacrifice herself for his safety, Wang Ling had no choice but to reveal his strength to protect her. After successfully defeating the masked assassins, Wang Ling urged Sun Rong to promise to keep his extraordinary power a secret to avoid having to erase her memories. Meanwhile, Zhou Yi, who had been monitoring Wang Ling's safety, felt relieved that Wang Ling had eliminated the threat to Sun Rong. It was disclosed that the masked assailants were members of the Shadow faction, a notorious assassin organization in the criminal underworld. They faced repercussions from their leader for failing to fulfill their duties. The next day at school, Sun Rong had little memory of the incident where she and Wang Ling were cornered by masked assailants during their date. Zhou Yi informed her that he and the magic squad had discreetly neutralized the masked assassins, allowing Sun Rong and Wang Ling to enjoy their date without interruption. Concerned for Sun Rong's safety, Zhou Yi revealed that she remained a target for the Shadow faction, prompting him to enhance security at the school. Zhou Yi arranged for a special forces unit to guard the school gates, while Sun Rong's father provided highly trained bodyguards to ensure her safety within the school building. Additionally, Zhou Yi deployed the magic squad to patrol the skies, preempting sniper attacks and potential aerial assaults. To heighten Sun Rong's security, Zhou Yi instructed her and Wang Ling to take shelter in a specially fortified room shielded by a potent spell, preventing unauthorized individuals from entering. Inside this secure area, Sun Rong and Wang Ling were accompanied by Chan Chao, Gu Hao, and Master Wang, who acted as their protectors. However, unknown to them, the Shadow faction deployed its elite team of assassins to infiltrate the school grounds. Among them was Su Fang, a formidable operative, capable of incapacitating the guards stationed at the school gates and throughout the premises. Sensing the breach in security, Zhou Yi quickly deployed additional troops to strengthen the perimeter. Meanwhile, another member of the Shadow faction, Su Ying, successfully infiltrated the school building, swiftly neutralizing all of Sun Rong's bodyguards. Su Ying, known for his mastery of poisons, was surprised by the sudden attack from Master Wang. Meanwhile, the Shadow faction deployed their top assassin, Xin Jian, renowned for his unmatched ability to conceal himself and disappear from sight. Xin Jian managed to evade the magic squad's aerial patrol, channeling his spiritual power to dismantle a protective spell guarding the room where Sun Rong was hidden. Inside the secure room, Wang Ling emerged victorious in a contest and was rewarded with a large box containing his favorite snacks. Elsewhere, Master Wang engaged in a fierce battle with Su Ying. Despite Su Ying's expertise, Master Wang's superior strength allowed him to gain the advantage. Sensing defeat, Su Ying employed cunning tactics to escape from Master Wang and flee the scene. As Wang Ling went out to collect his prize, he accidentally collided with Su Ying, enabling Master Wang to capture him. Meanwhile, on the school grounds, Su Fang encountered the devil frog. Mistaking it for an ordinary dog, Su Fang approached without hesitation. However, the devil frog bit Su Fang's hand, draining his spiritual power and causing him to age rapidly, leaving him weak and defenseless. Returning to Wang Ling's perspective, he detected Xin Jian's presence as he stepped outside. Despite Xin Jian's invisibility, Wang Ling informed him that the attempt to assassinate Sun Rong had failed as all of his accomplices had been captured. Upon learning this, Xin Jian became enraged, particularly frustrated that Wang Ling could detect him even while he was invisible. In a burst of fury, Xin Jian swung his massive hammer, charged with powerful spiritual energy, at Wang Ling. Despite the ensuing explosion of light, Wang Ling emerged unharmed, while Xin Jian suffered severe injuries. Shortly afterward, Zhou Yi arrived at the scene, prompting Wang Ling to implant a false memory into Zhou Yi's mind, leading him to believe that he was the one who had defeated Xin Jian. Subsequently, Wang Ling pretended to be injured to avoid suspicion. Meanwhile, Sun Rong, alarmed by the news and thinking that Wang Ling was seriously hurt, sent advanced medical equipment to his home to hasten his recovery. However, Wang Ling's mother, who had uncovered his feigned illness, asked him about his plans to return to school. Soon after, Sun Rong, accompanied by Chan Chao, Hu Hao, and the Devil Frog, visited Wang Ling's home. With the intention of administering stamina-enhancing fluid to Wang Ling, Sun Rong's arrival prompted him to stop pretending to be sick and claim that he had recovered. Chan Chao then informed his friends that Master Wang had given him a special bracelet capable of measuring an individual's spiritual strength, which he intended to present to Wang Ling. Demonstrating the bracelet's features, Chan Chao explained its ability to assess powerful spiritual energy. Elsewhere, students from Faction 59 High School used the same bracelet to gauge their spiritual strength. Among them, Tum Jingzai emerged with the highest spiritual power points, securing the top position among cultivation school disciples nationwide. This achievement boosted Tum Jingzai's confidence and that of his peers, as they looked forward to success in the upcoming spiritual sword competition. However, their confidence wavered when Sun Rong attained second place, closely trailing Tum Jingzai in terms of strength points. Meanwhile, feeling pressured by Sun Rong's persistent insistence on giving him an injection, Wang Ling reluctantly activated the bracelet and exerted a fraction of his strength. To his surprise, even with minimal effort, Wang Ling created a spiritual energy sphere larger than Earth, prompting him to transport it into space. However, when the bracelet detected the energy ball, it showed a null result for Wang Ling's strength, indicating that his power exceeded the system's value limit. As a result, Wang Ling quickly rose to the top rank, pushing Tum Jingzhe to second place. Upon hearing this news, Tum Jingzhe and his friends wondered about Wang Ling's sudden ascent to the top, despite being labeled as null in strength. Shobei, one of Tum Jingzhe's friends, suspected a flaw in the system. Reluctant to attract unnecessary attention, Wang Ling sought Gu Hao's help in hacking into the cultivation school system to adjust his rankings. Gu Hao agreed, sharing Wang Ling's belief that there was a mistake in the scoring system. Meanwhile, Tum Jingzhe enlisted Shobei's assistance in conducting a similar investigation to uncover any potential discrepancies that might have led to Wang Ling's unexpected placement at the top of the rankings. However, their investigation found no evidence indicating that the system accurately measured Wang Ling's strength. It seemed that Wang Ling's power might be immeasurable, possibly due to its immense magnitude. Despite this, Tum Jingzhe remained doubtful. Shobei then concluded that someone had manipulated the database system, trying to alter their values. Meanwhile, Gu Hao, who had successfully hacked into the system, accessed Tum Jingzhe's database. Gu Hao realized that Tum Jingzhe attended the same school as him. While attempting to adjust Wang Ling's grades, Gu Hao accidentally triggered a warning alarm within the system. Faced with the risk of being detected by the school board, Gu Hao quickly withdrew from the system. In the end, Gu Hao's effort to change Wang Ling's score ended in failure, leaving Wang Ling in the top position. Meanwhile, Tum Jingzhe was caught by his classmates while trying to hack the system with Shobei. They ridiculed Tum Jingzhe's belief that he could alter his grades. Shobei encouraged Tum Jingzhe to concentrate on preparing for the upcoming spiritual sword competition, where they might face Wang Ling and Sun Rong from Faction 60, the highest-ranking faction. The next day, Pun Shenchong and Master Wang discussed Wang Ling's remarkable feat of securing the top rank despite consistently low grades. Master Wang explained that Wang Ling and Sun Rong qualified for the spiritual sword competition due to their top 10 rankings. Furthermore, Faction 60 would compete against Faction 59 in the first round. Faction 59 had previously suffered 23 losses and one tie in 24 matches, with the tie achieved through Zhou Yi's efforts. However, Zhou Yi expressed confidence in his disciple's capabilities for the upcoming competition. In another place, Tum Jingzhe and the students of Faction 59 High School were diligently getting ready for the upcoming competition. With their school having significant strength in cultivation, Tum Jingzhe was confident in their ability to perform well in the competition. During an interview with a female reporter, Tum Jingzhe expressed excitement about competing against Sun Rong, the heiress of a renowned company. When asked about Wang Ling, who held the top rank, Tum Jingzhe expressed hope that Wang Ling possessed enough strength to justify his ranking. Meanwhile, Pun Shenchong seemed to dismiss Master Wang and Zhou Yi's suggestion to include Wang Ling, Sun Rong, Chan Qiu, and Gu Hao in the spiritual sword competition due to their junior status. However, Master Wang argued that their spiritual power surpassed many senior students in their class. Despite this, they still needed one more participant, as the competition required a team of 5 members. Master Wang and Zhou Yi came up with a plan to include the Devil Frog as the 5th member of their team. Surprisingly, there were no rules prohibiting spiritual beasts from joining the spiritual sword competition, allowing the Devil Frog to participate. Zhou Yi used a bracelet to measure the Devil Frog's spiritual strength, while Master Wang registered the creature under the alias Ha. Zhou Yi secretly promised the Devil Frog that if their school won, he would set him free from his restraints. The Devil Frog's spiritual strength unexpectedly skyrocketed to 5,000, securing him the 2nd rank and surpassing Tum Jingzhe. Witnessing this, Tum Jingzhe faced more ridicule from his peers for being surpassed by a creature seen as inferior. Later that evening, while Wang Ling and his friends were occupied with their own activities at home, Master Wang contacted them all at once. He informed them of their participation in the upcoming spiritual sword competition alongside the Devil Frog. Therefore, Master Wang requested them to prepare swords for the competition. Chan Qiu showcased a sword crafted by his father, Lin Qiu, since his birth. Meanwhile, Gu Hao presented a sword made from the teeth of the night demon tiger that he had possessed for 8 years. However, neither Chen Chao's nor Gu Hao's sword had revealed their spiritual essence yet. Afterward, Sun Rong introduced her sword Ocean, which gleamed with a vibrant sea blue spirit. She explained that her family had crafted 13 ocean swords as backups in case hers went missing. Not to be outdone, the Devil Frog revealed his own sword. Master Wang then advised the disciples to diligently practice with their spirit swords, highlighting the importance of progressing through different stages to master them. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Tum Jingzhe sought Principal Xi's approval to include a troublesome student named He Bufeng in his team to challenge Faction 60. Despite He Bufeng's reputation as a troublemaker, he possessed significant strength and a menacing aura. Conversely, Wang Ling hesitated to join the competition, fearing that his immense power could cause widespread panic. However, upon realizing the competition's importance to his friends and mentors, Wang Ling reluctantly agreed to participate. As Wang Ling descended the stairs to get his spirit sword, he glimpsed a news report detailing an assault by the Riot Squad and the Magic Squad on the Shadow Faction's headquarters. The teams successfully subdued several Shadow Faction members guarding the lower levels, while fierce battles continued. Meanwhile, Zhou Yi arrived at the scene, expressing confidence as he vowed to defeat the Shadow Faction's leader and dismantle the criminal group. Zhang Luying, watching the report on TV, seemed unsettled by Zhou Yi's bold statements. Returning his focus to Wang Ling, he headed to the attic to retrieve his spirit sword. The next day, Wang Ling and his friends gathered outside the school, awaiting the start of the 5-day competition. Chen Chao and Gu Hao looked down on Wang Ling's modest sword, but the Devil Frog sensed its deep spiritual power. When Zhou Yi and the teachers arrived, they questioned why Wang Ling didn't have his sword. It seemed Wang Ling planned to skip the competition by pretending to have a stomach ailment, hence his lack of equipment compared to his friends. Soon after, a member of the Magic Squad approached Zhou Yi and shared something confidentially. After Zhou Yi left, he instructed everyone to go to Faction 59 High School, having received news of the Shadow Faction leader's capture. However, upon Zhou Yi and his team's arrival for the interrogation, a massive explosion occurred, revealing it to be a trap set by Zhang Luying, who had been secretly following Sun Rong. Upon reaching Faction 59 High School, Wang Ling and his friends were greeted by Principal Master Si. There seemed to be a personal rivalry between Master Si and Pun Shenchong, evident from the tense atmosphere when the two women met. Master Si sarcastically remarked about Faction 60, insinuating that it relied solely on Sun Rong's wealth to compensate for their school's financial shortcomings. However, Pun Shenchong countered by mentioning Master Si's attempts to persuade Sun Rong to join Faction 59. Pun Shenchong quickly recognized one of the participants from Faction 59 as a troublesome student, known for engaging in violent behavior that endangered public safety. Surprisingly, Master Si launched an attack on Wang Ling to gauge his spiritual power, only to be astonished by Wang Ling's seemingly low grade. Wang Ling, who had been considering feigning illness to avoid participating in the competition, seized the opportunity presented by Master Si's attack. However, the assault unintentionally ruptured the mystical seal on his neck, leading to a release of his latent power and a stunning display of spiritual energy. This was facilitated by the formidable strength of his sword spirit, Jingke, which had gradually weakened the seal over time. With Master Si's attack completely breaking the seal, Wang Ling now faced the risk of losing control of his immense power, posing a serious threat to the entire universe if left unaddressed. Witnessing Wang Ling's distressed condition, Sun Rong became frustrated and criticized Master Si for her actions. Meanwhile, Tum Jingzhe suspected that He Bufeng might have been responsible for the sudden surge of spiritual energy. On the other hand, Zhang Luying learned that her plan to eliminate Zhou Yi and his team had failed, as Zhou Yi managed to thwart the bomb. Seeing Sun Rong's concern for Wang Ling, Zhang Luying began devising another plan to accomplish their mission of assassinating Sun Rong. Wang Ling, pretending to be ill, was escorted to the school's medical area. However, Sun Rong's attempt to accompany him was stopped by Tum Jingzhe. From the school rooftop, He Bufeng launched an attack on Wang Ling, enveloping him in flames. Fortunately, Master Si promptly intervened to provide first aid to Wang Ling. Sun Rong, angered by the attack, drew Ocean's sword and aimed it at Tum Jingzhe, expressing her reluctance to join Faction 59 due to their alleged cheating practices. Master One quickly intervened, reminding Sun Rong and Tum Jingzhe that using swords outside the arena was prohibited. Master C then instructed her disciples and Faction 60's team to proceed to the training ground to prepare for their upcoming match. While in the infirmary, Wang Ling discreetly tapped into some of his power to escape, further weakening the seal that restrained his immense strength. Each use of his spiritual power caused the seal to deteriorate, posing a serious threat to the entire universe. Aware of the impending danger, Wang Ling urgently contacted his father, requesting his immediate presence at Faction 59 High School to repair the compromised seal and prevent a catastrophe. Faced with the possibility of universal disaster, Wang Ling's father hastened to the school to address the looming crisis. Meanwhile, at the training ground, Master C explained the rules of the spiritual sword competition. 5 altars representing metal, wood, earth, water, and fire were set up in the arena. Participants were required to embed their swords into these altars, where their spiritual power would be measured automatically. The first team to accumulate 100 points would win the competition. Tung Jingzhe informed the Faction 60 team that they were short 1 member and would face disqualification once the match started. Gu Hao pointed out that the Faction 59 team also lacked a member. However, their situation quickly changed when He Bufang made a dramatic entrance, presenting Sun Rong with a rose and volunteering to join the Faction 60 team due to their shortage of members. Master C interpreted He Bufang's actions as defection and became furious. He Bufang persistently provoked Sun Rong, prompting Chan Chou to step in. However, despite Chan Chou's efforts, he was no match for He Bufang's overwhelming strength. In the ensuing confrontation, Chan Chou sustained severe injuries, ultimately losing his arm in the one-sided battle. Wang Ling arrived in the nick of time to rescue Chan Chou, miraculously restoring his lost limb using healing magic. Nevertheless, Wang Ling's use of spiritual power brought him closer to breaking the seal on his neck, posing a threat not just to himself but to the entire universe. Master Wang, observing He Bufang's fighting style, deduced that he employed negative energy in combat. This malevolent force, upon contact with an opponent's spiritual power, could potentially destroy both their spiritual energy and physical body. He Bufang's extensive training had intensified the potency of his negative energy, making it increasingly dangerous. With the unexpected clash between Wang Ling and He Bufang resolved, the 2 teams were now complete, prompting Master C to instruct everyone to rest before the competition began. Meanwhile, Zheng Luying monitored the confrontation between He Bufang and Chan Chou. On another front, Zhou Yi's suspicion of the Shadow Faction leader's presence in Faction 59 grew stronger due to Sun Rong's proximity to the school. Returning to Wang Ling, he decided to purchase his favorite snack, exclusive to Faction 59 High School, and informed Sun Rong that he would join them shortly in the break room. Zheng Luying, noticing Wang Ling's solo excursion, devised a plan to harm him. However, before she could execute her scheme, He Bufang caught sight of her sneaking up on Wang Ling. He Bufang quickly realized that the woman was not a Faction 59 student despite her disguise. He even jokingly guessed her age, teasing her for rejecting his advances. Angered by his mockery, Zheng Luying struck He Bufang with a powerful blow to the face. Seeing her formidable strength, He Bufang eagerly anticipated a confrontation with her. However, he was no match for the leader of Huasu's most infamous criminal syndicate and was easily defeated. Meanwhile, Wang Ling stumbled upon the aftermath of He Bufang's defeat by an unfamiliar woman. He was then apprehended by Zheng Luying, who, along with He Bufang, escorted him to the rooftop of the school building. Zheng Luying instructed her personal chauffeur, an elderly man, to keep an eye on Wang Ling and He Bufang, while she pursued her plan to assassinate Sun Rong. Her plan involved impersonating He Bufang to carry out the assassination during the upcoming competition. Recognizing Zheng Luying as the leader of the Shadow Faction, He Bufang immediately expressed his desire to join the organization to the chauffeur. Expecting He Bufang's request, the chauffeur clarified that only Zheng Luying held the authority to accept new members into the faction. This response irked He Bufang, leading him to ridicule and question the chauffeur's spiritual prowess. Initially uninterested in showcasing his strength, the chauffeur eventually relented and displayed a fraction of his power, leaving He Bufang stunned. Wang Ling and his spiritual sword also sensed the potent energy emanating from the chauffeur, realizing that he was no ordinary individual. Meanwhile, disguised as He Bufang, Zheng Luying approached them and concocted a tale about Wang Ling's abduction. Already present, Zhou Yi confirmed Zheng Luying's identity as the kidnapper. Recognizing the involvement of the Shadow faction, Sun Rong's personal bodyguard promptly took her into custody to ensure her safety. Despite being placed under protection, Sun Rong refused to remain passive when her close friend Wang Ling was abducted. She rallied her guards, urging them not to tarnish her family's reputation and to join her in rescuing Wang Ling. Inspired by Sun Rong's determination, her guards and companions pledged their support and assistance in the rescue mission. Sun Rong and her group rushed to the old school building where Wang Ling was held captive by the Shadow faction. Expecting an attack, the elderly man utilized his strength to create an opening in the school's roof, hiding the unconscious He Bufeng in a classroom below. Then, he raised Wang Ling to a higher position for them to observe. As Sun Rong and her team battled the elderly man, Shobei, watching from a distance with her friends, noticed He Bufeng's strange behavior. Tum Jingzhe, alerted by this observation, instructed Shobei to keep a vigilant eye on He Bufeng. The elderly man unleashed his signature move, the Dragon Cavalry, to defend against Sun Rong's guards' attacks. However, Sun Rong adeptly countered the Dragon Cavalry's assault to protect her guards and everyone below. Master Wang, recognizing the power of the Dragon Cavalry, speculated that the elderly man was not an ordinary opponent. Meanwhile, Wang Ling's father, arriving at the Faction 59 high school gates, became aware of the unfolding crisis and grew anxious, fearing that Wang Ling's seal would be completely broken, resulting in catastrophic consequences. Despite his worry, he couldn't intervene as the riot squad prevented him from entering to secure the arena. The scene then shifts to the past, revealing the elderly man's connection to Zheng Ludiying, who is disclosed to be his disciple. Returning to Sun Rong's dilemma, she found herself confronting the relentless assault of the Dragon Cavalry alone. Just as the elderly man prepared to strike her down, Zhou Yi intervened, saving Sun Rong from imminent peril. Zhou Yi demanded the elderly man's surrender, but he adamantly refused, sparking a fierce battle between them. Despite the elderly man's resistance, Zhou Yi eventually overpowered him and subdued him. However, the situation took a perilous turn when the elderly man revealed his plan to sacrifice himself by detonating an explosive device, intending to take Zhou Yi with him. Fortunately, the Devil Frog intervened, absorbing the explosion and rescuing Zhou Yi from harm. Meanwhile, Zheng Luying attempted to assassinate Sun Rong, but her efforts were foiled by Sun Rong's vigilant bodyguards. Eventually, Wang Ling was successfully rescued, restoring safety to the surroundings. According to protocol, the spiritual sword competition would proceed as scheduled at Faction 59 High School. When asked about the nearby hole, Wang Ling clarified that it predated the altercation, ensuring the competition's continuity. Wang Ling had instructed his spiritual sword, Jinkade, to conceal the still unconscious He Bufeng, preventing his discovery until after the competition began. Wang Ling entrusted Jinkade with monitoring He Bufeng's whereabouts to prevent his escape. Despite the looming danger posed by Zheng Luying's disguise as He Bufeng, the spiritual sword competition proceeded as planned the next day. Despite his concerns and the fragile state of his seal, Wang Ling felt compelled to take part. Just as Wang Ling entered the arena, his father arrived, delivering a new seal and some golden pills. Zhou Yi, recognizing Wang Ling's father, approached him respectfully. Wang Ling's father then warned Zhou Yi about the imminent threat posed by Wang Ling's deteriorating seal, which could potentially jeopardize the safety of the universe. Inside the arena, Shobei was already aware of the guardians assigned to each altar. Chan Chou guarded the metal altar, Sun Rong protected the water altar, and the Devil Frog was tasked with defending the fire altar, where He Bufeng lay in wait to ambush the creature. Positioned in the west, Faction 59's team confirmed that Wang Ling was near the wooden altar in the east. Upon hearing this, one of Faction 59's members, Liang Fei, hurried to the wooden altar area, determined to defeat Wang Ling and seize control of the altar. Meanwhile, Gu Hao hid behind a large rock near the ground altar where Team 59 had gathered. Tum Jingzhe aimed to conquer 3 altars to secure victory in the competition. Gu Hao breathed a sigh of relief as he watched Tum Jingzhe and his team prepare to depart. Suddenly, Tum Jingzhe made a move towards Gu Hao with his sword, only to reveal that it was actually a Shinigami puppet set up by Gu Hao for the occasion. Watching from his hiding spot, Gu Hao felt a surge of excitement upon realizing the strength and cleverness of Team 59. Concerned that Wang Ling might struggle against Liang Fei alone, Gu Hao hurried to assist Wang Ling. Meanwhile, Chan Chou, realizing that Team 59 had taken control of the Earth Altar, rushed to the metal altar to place his sword. Unaware of Shou Bei's trap, Chan Chou underestimated her. Shou Bei had the ability to manipulate others using her artificial invisible barrier net, which could control the nervous system of anyone caught in it. Although some teachers viewed this attack as severe, Shou Bei hadn't violated any rules, allowing the competition to proceed. In another section of the arena, disguised as He Gufeng, Zheng Luying found herself locked in battle against the devil frog. However, the frog absorbed her spiritual energy with each attack, leaving her at a disadvantage. Content with the energy it had gathered, the devil frog departed and headed towards Wang Ling's position. Meanwhile, Li and Fei, arriving at the wooden altar, discovered Wang Ling lying apparently lifeless. Yet Wang Ling remained conscious and stood up upon sensing the devil frog's approach. Li and Fei prepared to strike, but Gu Hao arrived just in time to assist Wang Ling, sparking a fierce clash between them. As Sun Rong endeavored to control the water altar, she was suddenly ambushed by Tum Jingzhe. Despite the unexpected assault, Sun Rong managed to fend him off. Tum Jingzhe then brought up the ancient ties between their families, spanning millennia. However, Sun Rong grew tired of Tum Jingzhe's manipulative tactics to advance his own interests. The confrontation intensified between Tum Jingzhe and Sun Rong, both wielding sword spirits with formidable spiritual power. Tum Jingzhe's confidence soared upon learning that Team 59 had successfully mastered the metal and fire altars, placing them in the lead. Recognizing Zheng Luying's true identity as He Bufeng, Tum Jingzhe sought her aid in confronting Sun Rong, knowing her goal was to eliminate her. Curious about how Team 59 seemed to anticipate her allies' actions, Sun Rong questioned Tum Jingzhe. He explained that Shou Bei had the ability to sense a person's spiritual energy from afar, enabling her to track their movements and location. Prepared to unleash her Ocean Dance Spirit Sword technique against Tum Jingzhe, Sun Rong found herself countered by his Blowing Snow technique, disrupting her attack. Undeterred, Sun Rong remained steadfast in her resolve to defeat Tum Jingzhe until He Bufeng intervened. Facing Tum Jingzhe's relentless assault, Sun Rong struggled, especially when he froze the lake water, hindering her movements. Just when the situation seemed dire, He Bufeng emerged and launched a direct attack on Sun Rong. Though she narrowly avoided the lethal strike, He Bufeng's intervention further restricted her mobility, leaving her in a perilous situation. Suddenly, a powerful explosion of negative energy erupted, causing chaos in the arena and freeing Sun Rong from Tum Jingzhe's icy grip. As everyone stood bewildered, trying to understand the sudden turn of events, Sun Rong took the chance to slip away and hide. Taking command, Tum Jingzhe directed Zheng Luying to find Sun Rong, while he himself plunged his sword into the water altar. Unaware of Zheng Luying's true identity, Tum Jingzhe promised to support her as long as she followed his orders. With Tum Jingzhe successfully securing the water altar, Faction 59 gained control over all 5 altars, ensuring their victory. However, a member of Faction 60 managed to defeat Liam Fei and seize control of the wooden altar. Shou Bei informed her friends that Liam Fei was overcome by an unfamiliar and mysterious force. Meanwhile, the teachers overseeing the match appeared surprised by the unexpected turn of events at the wooden altar. The focus then shifts to the battle between Liam Fei and Gu Hao. Witnessing his friend's struggles, Wang Ling felt deeply moved and unintentionally displayed emotion, triggering the nearly shattered power seal on him. Seizing the opportunity, the devil frog, also present, quickly intervened by biting Wang Ling's neck to absorb the released negative energy, preventing harm to everyone. Understanding the potential of using the devil frog to contain his immense power, Wang Ling temporarily merged his magical energy with the creature until he could obtain a new seal. However, the devil frog warned Wang Ling that it couldn't endure his overwhelming negative energy for long, emphasizing the need to win the competition promptly to acquire a new seal. Wang Ling, now fused with the devil frog, lightly tapped Liam Fei, sending him flying as if he had been hit by a speeding truck. Witnessing Wang Ling's incredible strength, Gu Hao felt excited, thinking he had unlocked Wang Ling's hidden power. Shou Bei, after analyzing the situation, told her friends that Wang Ling, combined with the devil frog, possessed unbeatable strength, making it impossible for them to defeat him alone. However, Wang Ling's dominance didn't end there as he took control of the fire altar and aimed to capture the remaining altars. Aware of this, Tum Jingzhe devised a plan to secure victory without directly facing the formidable Wang Ling. He instructed Zheng Luying to guard the Earth Altar, while another team member, Liang Zhang, was assigned to reclaim the Fire Altar. Tum Jingzhe aimed to eliminate all Faction 60 members, isolating Wang Ling. By continuously shifting between defending and moving the altars, the Faction 59 team hoped to secure victory. Meanwhile, Shobei felt uneasy as Wang Ling approached her, unable to find Sun Rong. Tum Jingzhe then instructed Shobei to meet him at the wooden altar. On another front, Wang Ling arrived at the metal altar and revived the unconscious Chan Chao. Surprised by Wang Ling's fusion with the Devil Frog, Chan Chao's expression changed to joy upon learning of their lead in the competition. Expressing their happiness, Chan Chao hugged Wang Ling, who, upon receiving praise and embraces from his friends, couldn't help but smile faintly. This was the first time Chan Chao had seen Wang Ling smile, filling him with even greater joy. However, Wang Ling's father was the most delighted to witness this faint smile, understanding the reasons behind Wang Ling's emotional reserve. Moved by his son's smile and the support he received from his friends, Wang Ling's father felt deeply moved. Their team's initial advantage was short-lived when Gu Hao had to withdraw from the wooden altar upon the arrival of Shobei and Tum Jingzhe. Sun Rong then explained to her friends that winning this match required precise tactics rather than sheer fighting strength. She anticipated Tum Jingzhe's plan to exploit Wang Ling's power and eliminate the other Faction 60 teams, devising a strategy to counter it. Sun Rong's recognition of Wang Ling's importance caused him to blush, surprising even the Devil Frog fused with him, who had always seen Wang Ling as cold-hearted. Sun Rong assigned Chan Chao to defend the metal altar while she and Gu Hao attempted to seize the fire altar. Meanwhile, Wang Ling would head to the water altar. To reach the fire altar without encountering a Bufang, who guarded the earth altar, Sun Rong and Gu Hao used water-based maneuvers to bypass it undetected. Upon reaching the fire altar, Gu Hao sought to distract Liang Zhang, while Sun Rong aimed to stab her sword into the altar. However, Tum Jingzhe, realizing Sun Rong's intentions, warned Liang Zhang to hold the altar and ignore Gu Hao's provocations, which Liang Zhang promptly obeyed. Upon realizing that Wang Ling was protecting the water altar, Tum Jingzhe and Zheng Luying exchanged knowing smiles, understanding Sun Rong's strategy. Meanwhile, Chan Chao, stationed at the metal altar, was surprised by Zheng Luying's unexpected appearance disguised as He Bufang, signaling her intention to seize the metal altar. The narrative then shifted to the past when Sun Rong and Tum Jingzhe first encountered each other several years ago. Despite it being their initial meeting, the deep-seated animosity between them was evident. This hostility stemmed from their ancestors' history of conflict, marked by ongoing disputes without resolution. Sun Rong and Tum Jingzhe engaged in a battle of wits reminiscent of a fierce sword fight, conducted in languages foreign to each other. Returning to the present, Sun Rong's attempt to claim the fire altar was thwarted when Gu Hao's attack aimed at Liang Zhang inadvertently struck her. Seizing the opportunity, Tum Jingzhe swiftly launched an assault on Sun Rong, revealing his strategy to secure victory. He directed Shobei to monitor Wang Ling at the water altar and instructed Zheng Luying to seize the metal altar from Chan Chao. Surprised by this revelation, Sun Rong urged Gu Hao to retreat while she prepared to confront Tum Jingzhe and Liang Zhang simultaneously. She tasked Chan Chao with staunchly defending the metal altar. In another location, Zheng Luying, disguised as He Bufang, provoked Chan Chao by evoking memories of his past, where his father often criticized his weaknesses. Despite these provocations, Chan Chao remained determined, having promised Sun Rong to protect the metal altar even at the cost of his own life. Unperturbed by Chan Chao's attempts to avoid confrontation, Zheng Luying intended to reveal her true strength. However, she quickly abandoned this plan, realizing that the match was closely observed by numerous spectators, risking exposure if she acted impulsively. Instead, Zheng Luying opted to launch a relentless attack against Chan Chao in hopes of compelling him to surrender. Yet Chan Chao proved to be remarkably steadfast in defending something precious to him. Meanwhile, Gu Hao strived to awaken his sword spirit to support Sun Rong. As Sun Rong and Chan Chao engaged in intense combat with their opponents, Gu Hao approached Sun Rong, requesting her aid in awakening his sword spirit. He understood that only a powerful sword spirit could help them prevail. Surprisingly, Sun Rong agreed to Gu Hao's request, sacrificing her own sword spirit to empower his, the Fire Phoenix, enabling them to overcome Faction 59's team. At the same time, Shobei sensed a significant surge of spiritual energy emanating from Gu Hao. Empowered by the Fire Phoenix Sword Spirit, Gu Hao joined forces with Sun Rong to defeat Tung Jingzhe and Liang Zhang simultaneously, thus seizing control of the fire altar. Observing Sun Rong's readiness to sacrifice her sword spirit to awaken her friends, Tung Jingzhe had a realization. Sun Rong had evolved, growing stronger and more determined to protect and support her allies. With Wang Ling mastering the wooden altar, Faction 60 gained the advantage. This realization surprised Shobei, who had been diligently monitoring Wang Ling at the water altar. Unbeknownst to her, it was all part of Sun Rong's plan to separate Wang Ling from the Devil Frog. While the Devil Frog disguised itself as Wang Ling to guard the water altar, the real Wang Ling used his concealed spiritual power to stealthily move to the wooden altar. Meanwhile, Wang Ling's father grew increasingly worried about Chan Chou's condition. He feared that if Wang Ling discovered the extent of his friend's injuries, he might lose control and unleash chaos upon the world. Reflecting on Wang Ling's past, his father remembered how Wang Ling had experienced loneliness and isolation, lacking any companions. However, his friendship with Sun Rong and others in Faction 60 had gradually given his life meaning, as he had found people he deeply cared for and wanted to protect. Meanwhile, Zhang Luying, unable to contain herself any longer, revealed her true identity after defeating Chan Chou and set out to locate Sun Rong. Gu Hao was shocked to find his close friend Chan Chou severely injured when he arrived at the metal altar. Meanwhile, Wang Ling approached the earth altar, poised to secure victory in the competition. However, he struggled to control his intense emotions, leading him to unsheath his sword. Sun Rong intervened, calming Wang Ling and guiding Faction 60 to victory in the spiritual sword competition. Their jubilation was short-lived, as Zhang Luying appeared and swiftly launched a fatal attack on Sun Rong, causing her soul to depart from her body and crumble in Wang Ling's arms. Furious, Wang Ling breaks his seal, prompting the Devil Frog to freeze time to prevent him from wreaking havoc on the universe. Despite the Devil Frog's attempts, Wang Ling's power is too strong, allowing him to escape the temporal confinement. He attacks Zhang Luying with unbridled rage, revealing his true strength. Seeing Wang Ling's power, Zhang Luying realizes he was protecting Sun Rong all along. She tries to confront him, but the vast power difference makes her efforts futile. Wang Ling, about to strike Zhang Luying down, hesitates, reminded of Sun Rong. Despite Wang Ling's desperate attempts to save Sun Rong, her soul is already shattered. Overwhelmed with guilt and sadness, Wang Ling breaks down, feeling powerless to change the situation or turn back time. Despite his determination and exhaustion of all this strength, he cannot alter fate. Realizing this, Wang Ling decides to reshape the world, but even this cannot bring Sun Rong back. Jing Ke, Wang Ling's spiritual sword, reminds him that once a life is lost, it cannot be restored, as it is destiny. In a surprising turn aided by the Devil Frog's sacrifice, Wang Ling manages to rewind time to his arrival at Faction 60 High School. However, in this altered timeline, it is not Sun Rong who protects him from bullies, but Chan Chou and Gu Hao. Although Wang Ling senses Sun Rong's presence, she never actually exists. Merging his power with the Devil Frogs, Wang Ling chooses not to revert time but instead creates a new world filled with immense spiritual energy, gradually erasing the real world. The scene changes to the underworld, where King Yama, the ruler, is surprised by Sun Rong's sudden appearance. To avoid alarming her, King Yama claims that Sun Rong is simply dreaming. Witnessing the chaos caused by Wang Ling's creation of new worlds, King Yama decides to return Sun Rong's soul to the human realm. As the world faces upheaval due to Wang Ling's actions, Sun Rong is eventually revived, although she has no memory of what happened. Beside her, Jing Ke explains the events that unfolded. Recognizing the imminent destruction if Wang Ling continues, Sun Rong resolves to awaken him at any cost. With Jing Ke's help as her spiritual sword, Sun Rong engages in a fierce battle against Wang Ling's immense spiritual power. Eventually, she manages to revive Wang Ling, who is overjoyed to see Sun Rong alive once again. As the two reunite, time suddenly rewinds to the moment when Chan Chou confronts Zhang Luying. Before Zhang Luying could unleash her full power, Wang Ling defeated her from a distance, leading Faction 60 to finally win the spiritual sword competition for the first time. The scene then shifts to Wang Ling and Sun Rong before they travel back in time. where the devil frog explains that they will be trapped there due to Wang Ling's disruption of the universe. However, there is a way to return to the past, albeit with significant consequences. Soon Ron will lose all memories of confessing her love for Wang Ling and her valiant efforts to save him. Prioritizing the salvation of the world and humanity, Sun Rong agrees to this sacrifice. With their decision made, Wang Ling and Sun Rong successfully return to the past, averting the universe's destruction. Though Sun Rong doesn't recall their struggles, Wang Ling finds solace in her revived existence. Meanwhile, Zhou Yi captures Zheng Luying and detains her, while Wang Ling's father arrives to provide him with a new seal. Subsequently, Wang Ling requests the Devil Frog's assistance to return to the past, where he was held captive by Zheng Luying's master, under mysterious circumstances. So the moral of the story is never mess with a guy and his frog, or you might accidentally rewrite the universe.